Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm doing this video because I'm headed to work, and usually I call my wife when I am on my way to and from work and on my breaks because I love her, and it's fun to annoy her. Which, it's in the Geneva Convention that husbands are supposed to annoy their wife. You know, it's in the Geneva Convention. It's in the Geneva Convention, okay? Yeah, husbands are supposed to annoy their wives. So, yeah, but her phone is broken. And I'm glad it's not my phone. Because if my phone was broken, my wife would be like, oh, there you go, you're so rough on your phone. Why can't you take care of your phone? Which, yes, my phone breaks a lot more than hers, but this time it's hers. So, let's see. I was going to talk about my, the Mangela cave, but I realized I'd already done that. So, I'm just going to ramble about random stuff. I think Ronnie is going to make a great dad someday. Because, he already has the dad jokes down. I was sitting in the living room, and the other day he came in. Oh, Bridgepoint. I thought that said Border Patrol from a distance. I was like, we're in Oklahoma. But he came into the living room the other day, and he goes, Daddy, I'm bored. I go, okay, Ronnie, well, what do you want to do? He goes, don't you want to know why I'm bored? And I go, sure, Ronnie, why are you bored? And he goes, because I just played a board game. Bam! And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is awesome. My 6-year-old son has dad jokes down. He nailed that one. So that's proof that he's going to make a good dad someday. Because the keys to making a good dad are dad jokes. That's it. That's all it takes to make a good dad, is being able to tell dad jokes. Okay? So, oh, that's funny. But, yeah. So, Ronnie's really been cracking me up lately. I'm wanting to get back into doing art, and I can draw, but what's in my head, somewhere between my head and my hand, somewhere between my brain and my hand, it doesn't translate. So, I mean, I can draw. Not very well, though. Because what I have in my head is always polished and refined. It looks a certain way, and even though what's my hand puts down is an interpretation of what's in my head, I can't draw, but I like doing collages. I know that's like elementary school stuff, but hey, if Green Day can have an album cover, I believe it was Insomnia, if they can have an album cover that's a collage, then I can make one. So, and I've made a couple before, and I mostly like working in mixed media, paint, and then like I'll take a piece of cloth, like an old t-shirt, and cut it out, soak it in glue and put it down, then paint it. I once painted a background and then made something in it out of I took like broken glass and just broken pieces of stuff. You know, I'd go like along the curb or around the dumpster and find broken little pieces of stuff, and I would glue those to make something on top of it. I really enjoy doing mixed media, but collages, I don't know, it just like with collages I can look through a magazine and find something and get inspired. Like, I had an idea just to do a collage a certain way, and then I started looking through magazines at home and cutting stuff out, and it gave me an idea for at least 2 or 3 different ones. Okay, I want to do one called Going Out My Door, or Stepping Into the World, something like that. I want to do one like that. I want to do an Oklahoma related one, which that one's actually going to be a bit different. But yeah, I want to do that. I also want to do one because I'm starting to read 1984, which I do believe it's the whole Big Brother thing. And I've also seen people on Facebook who are like, hey, I'm not a tinfoil hat conspiracy guy or anything, but the other day our gas can broke and I had to go get a new gas can for the lawnmower, and it's this new fangled thing about how it's like he goes, I just couldn't figure it out, and I had my phone in my pocket, and I was griping to my wife about how I couldn't figure it out, and then he goes, then later that day I got onto Pinterest, and the first thing that popped up on Pinterest was an instructional thing on how to use the new gas cans. And he screenshotted it and put it on Facebook in one of the forums on Facebook, or groups on Facebook I'm in. And everyone goes, yeah? Because that happens a lot. I'll be talking to somebody and I'll talk about something, won't search it online, will not search it online, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up on my Facebook feed or on Pinterest or something. Like I've even had sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just pull up Google and just look down through the news stories they suggest for me, and there's been stuff I've never searched, but I talk about. Like I talk about wrestling with my buddy Pete, and I talk about the wrestling game and stuff like that. My buddy Pete, I use an app to send him stuff, but Google suddenly always started bringing up wrestling information, and I'm like, okay. And it's weird. So I have experienced some of that, how the world's listening and stuff, and I just wanted to do one that just kind of conveyed the message that there's always eyes on us. There's always eyes on us. So I want to do one like that. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I also doing have projects planned for the Budget DIY guys. I would have done a video last night, but my wife didn't want to. I'm gonna do a DIY piercing. It's a piercing I've wanted for a while, right up there. I'm gonna do that myself, or actually my wife's gonna help. So I was gonna do that. And the whole thing about Budget DIY guys, and if you're watching this video, please subscribe to Budget DIY guys. It's my joint channel with PWK, or Pete Fighter 2, and myself. And basically him and I, we both like doing stuff and making stuff and refurbishing stuff and doing more with less. And so I was like, dude, why don't we have a channel? And he was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And the reason we have that joint channel, well, because also, it's just great to do things with other people. But he doesn't feel like he could put out enough DIY content on his own. And I'm like, I couldn't, but maybe if there's the two of us, we'll at least get maybe one video a month or more. And you gotta think also, DIY things. The last video, I think it was like 20 to 30 minutes long that I put on Budget DIY guys, but it literally took me, I think, 8 hours to record. It was on smoking food. And some of these projects I have planned, like I want to make a jewelry box that stands on the wall that has a full body mirror on the front of it. So it's a mirror, and it's attached to the wall, and it's on hinges. So my wife can, look at herself, look at her outfit and stuff, and then it'll open up and it'll have her necklaces hanging, bracelets hanging. It'll have places for jewelry, or it's a jewelry box. Have places for her earrings to hang. want to put some things in to hold her rings and stuff, and her watches. And I'm wanting to make everything. Of course, I'm just gonna buy the mirror. You can get a Walmart full body mirror for like, with college coming up, you can get them for like $4 to $10 for a full body mirror. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna build the box around it. And I'm not just gonna go out and buy like a hook for I'm not gonna go and buy like the full thing for to hold bracelets. It's like the big thick rod. I'm not just gonna put that in there. I'm actually gonna make the stuff to go in there, or repurpose stuff. I've had ideas of using cheap drawer pulls to hang necklaces and stuff on, which I think that would work perfectly. So yeah, and I have that planned. I have a jewelry box that I want to repurpose, make into a more of a gothic horror theme with skulls and like a leg bone on it instead of a drawer pull at the bottom. Use a leg bone, which I'll have to. Well, it's already a broken toy, but I have to steal part of his broken toy. Ronnie, I'll have to do that for it. But yeah, I want to do stuff like that. Our toilet paper holder that Ronnie thinks it's like a club to fight zombies. It finally completely broke to where we can't use it at all. And I want to make one. Let's see what other projects. Let's see. I want to make a clown head lamp. My wife loves clowns. So yeah, I want to make a clown head lamp. And I want to make a desk lamp. Taking the desks we have and transforming them into something that's, more suits my needs. Bought a desk for Ronnie from Habitat for Humanity for $40. It's a very sturdy desk, but I want to transform it so he can grow, so that the desk will stay with him as he grows. So, but yeah, I want to transform it. I want to add a power strip to it. I want to add lights to the underside of it. It has 2 wooden bars, one across the back, one across the front. I'm going to cut the front one, shift it all the way to the back to make a shelf back there. I want to put a power strip there so he can charge his Kindle and iPad. Whenever he gets a cell phone, he can charge it there. And I also want to have something on the side of it, because it's basically just a big box. On the side of it, I want to have something that'll hold his Kindle and hold his iPad. And he can also put like folders and stuff in, holding that. I also want to have the power strip there, so if eventually he gets a computer, he can hook it up there. I just want to do stuff like that, because honestly, if you find something that's close to what you need, you can transform it into something that's better than you could ever buy. So yeah, I want to do that. And again, please look up Budget DIY Guys, and I'll try to put a link below. But look up Budget DIY Guys and give it a subscribe. It's not monetized, so you will not get ads. And it's just, because I do YouTube for fun. YouTube, it's not monetized. I started YouTube because all my kids would ever talk about was, oh, YouTube, Daddy, look at this on YouTube, look at this on YouTube. And I was like, my kids, all they're interested in is YouTube, so why don't I do YouTube? And I was doing videos with my kids and stuff like that to get closer to them. And we'll be at the grocery store, and Ronnie will see something like, Daddy, we have to do a video on this. We can taste it and say if we like it or not. And that's literally what it's like going to the store with him. So yeah, let's see. I have chip tastings coming up, spicy chip tastings coming up. I got them a couple weeks ago, but then everybody in the house got sick. Let's see what else. I have my beer fridge that I have decorated. I was going for a late 80s, early 90s punk look to the beer fridge. Yeah, I think I've accomplished that. I have my beer fridge to show you. That'll be in my Mangela cave. I also have an old boombox, like the big one, like the one in, was it 16 Candles, where the dude's holding it above his head in the movie. You know, the ones that they would put on their shoulder and carry. Yeah, I got one of those. I'm going to be, or I plan on tricking out the radio frequency finder that I found. I got for free from the someone had just left it in the parking lot at the recycling center because they don't take electronics. And I was like, if I can't find a use for this, I'll just take it out in the country, shoot it, target practice, you know? But no, I think it's gonna look really cool. I want to add like get some tubes and add LED lights into them running out, so it looks like the tubes are lighting up as they're coming in and out of it, and, you know, stuff like that. All mad sciencey. So also, I'm planning on doing more family projects. There is another YouTuber called Monster Tutorials. Check him out. This guy he goes to like the dollar store, and he has a challenge on his channel. He goes, okay, dollar store, here's the cap, $20, not counting tax. But you don't have to spend the $20, but go to the dollar store, not Dollar General, you know, but actual dollar store like Dollar Tree or a 99-cent store where everything is $1 or less, and go there. Go there and find stuff to trick out for Halloween, you know, to make a Halloween prop out of it. And I'm like, that would be a perfect family thing. You know, we all go to dollar store, we each have $10 or so to get something, and then we'll make them on camera. Of course, probably a bunch of fast forwarding, but we'll make them on camera and then show you what we each came up with. Myself, my beautiful wife, and my honorary son, Ronnie. I wish I could get Austin to participate in that, but it could be anything from a stuffed animal to a little diorama, you know, something you hang on the wall, just anything. Whatever our crazy minds come up with. Trust me, I have a crazy mind. So yeah, stuff like that. Also want to get in because I really like collecting masks. Also, you know, because I have a Jason mask, I have the Guy Fawkes mask, I have the mask from Mr. Robot, I have a Batman mask. I have a decorated Jason mask that I got from a horror subscription box. I have Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I have a couple different Frankenstein masks. I have a skull mask. And also, I'm going to be doing I guess I could do a budget DIY guys thing on displays for masks and hats. So, yeah. I also have some hats I collect. I have a hat that was you might see it in the background, some of my videos in the bedroom. I'll be standing there and it should be hanging up above me and to my left to be your right as you're viewing. And it's a red, white, and blue hat that says Freedom Fireworks. And I added my corporal insignia, my corporal rank insignia to it from the Marine Corps. That hat was my Grandpa Dale's. That hat is very special to me. So that hat is very special to me. If I had to get rid of every single hat I own, and I can only keep one, I would keep that hat. I also have a Big 12 championship hat. I also have a Oklahoma City Thunder Western Conference Champions NBA Finals hat when we played Miami and lost to them in the NBA Finals. I also have you know, just Marine Corps hats and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna display all that, and I'm gonna get, hopefully with the Mangela Cave, my collection will be my collections, which I got the collecting bug from my grandpa Willard. So, just, be able to display my collections more. And you'll see my ideas for displaying masks and stuff. But I want to get into making masks, because if you can buy it mass produced, I'm pretty sure you can make it pretty easily. So, and the monster tutorial guy, I watched him make a mask, making masks, and it was awesome. I mean, it was awesome. So I'm going to try to put a link to Monster Tutorials, Pete Fighter 2, and Budget DIY guys in the subscription. Please give them all a subscribe, or in the subscription, in the thing down there, description, not prescription, description. Told you I'm a little crazy. But, I'm going to put links down there in the description to all those. Please give them a view and a subscribe. And, that's just stuff I got coming down the pipe. I guess this is a car vlog. Oh, I've never named it. I just call it Car Ramblings. Yeah, I'll stick with Car Ramblings. But yeah, it's just me rambling, stumbling, bumbling, while I drive to work. And I need to hurry up and finish my coffee. But that's always been my problem, not finishing coffee. But my problem has always been I get great ideas, and I actually carry a notebook now where I put ideas in. Of course, one of my projects for Budget DIY guys is to make a notebook that suits my needs as a project notebook. And there will be a video coming on that. Hopefully, I can get to that soon. I should have the things I need for it. But yeah, projects I can try, stuff like that. So what I do is when I get an idea, I write it down, because just the idea is like, okay, the idea, okay, so that's written down. So I always have that. And then whenever I'll look through the ideas, and one will catch my eye. And so I'm like, okay, I'll flip a few pages in notebook, dog-ear the page, write the project up top, the name of the project, and then I write, what truck is this in front of me? It's not California, no. It's probably drop shipment. The truck in front of me is going to my work. So, and I can tell because it has the barcode on the back. Ooh, Missouri. He's either late or really early. So, but yeah, so I'll go through, and one will catch my eye, and I'll flip a few pages back, dog-ear it, write the name of the project at the top, and then I write down a materials list of what I think will get the job done, and then I'll draw a description of it, and I'll write down a few things about it, like how I want it to look, what features I want it to have, and then I'll usually have to add stuff to the parts list. And so I'll, write that down and draw a picture of it, and then I'll come up with themes for certain things. Like I'm going to be making a couple of bottle openers that are going to be themed. One of them I'm going to be taking to my family reunion. Yeah, that's definitely a long haul truck. It has a seal on it. One of the things I'm going to be taking to my family reunion, we have an auction every year, which I'm hoping I'm able to go to my family reunion this year. There's the whole financial thing with court the other day. Might not be able to afford to go. And then there's also that unless it gets settled before our court date, also have a court date right smack dab during the family reunion, which, yeah, that was awfully big coincidence. Let's just say the other party knows when my family reunion is. So, but if not, I can probably get it to someone to take up there. But I'm thinking about a theme for it. So, I'll write down theme ideas and stuff like that, just so that I get it on paper. And then I can, if I have some time, I'll be like, what do I want to work on? And I'll just skim through Payday. you know, I'll like look online for stuff I can order inexpensively for the projects, and you know, I'll just write ideas down, and then later I'll flip through the pages and add stuff, take stuff away to the different ideas, like, oh no, I could do it this way. Because just brainstorming on one of the projects, I was going to do it, and then I started thinking, I was like, if I do it this way, it's going to be pretty expensive. And then I was like, well, how are ways I could also do it? So I was having to rethink it. I'm like, yeah, I could do it this way cheaper, and it'll be a lot cheaper, and it'll look just as nice. So yeah, just coming up with different ideas and brainstorming, because I'll come up with ideas and I'm like, man, that's an amazing idea, but I never write them down. I never fulfill them. Excuse me. So yeah, half expecting to be all by myself at work today to do a 3-person job, at least a 3-person job. Oh, that was a big gulp. Oh. You know how when you fill your mouth up with liquid and then all of a sudden you go to swallow and it's like, is this liquid or air? Is this liquid or air? And you're like, oh gosh. Dude, I know it's a stop sign, but you're in the middle of the intersection just sitting there. You hear that thump, it's my father-in-law's wheelchair in the back of our van. We keep it back here because my wife will go and pick him up and bring him home and stuff like that. He has a wheelchair at the nursing home. So, yeah, but I am going to... Don't want you to see my ID. Don't want you to see my ID. Dang it, I think I just flashed up my ID. But, oh wait, there's nothing on there you can't see. Can you see that? There's nothing on there you can't see. Everyone tells me I'm way too happy in this picture. So, yeah. So, okay. Need to find a parking spot. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go and park all the way down here in BFE. So, yeah. Thank you for watching the video at this point, and I apologize for not being entertaining. I promise I'll be more entertaining in the future. Bye.